Hi, it's Diane with My Sacred Circles. Today I want to talk about the first guiding principle in Reiki, and that is just for today, do not anger. I was recently reminded of this when I was extremely angry. I'm not typically someone who gets easily angered, and something triggered me big time. And this was cycling for days for me. Now, there's a good and a bad to this. When something is, two different people can have the exact same experience, and one person, it's really not a big deal, and another person, it's it's really huge. And when it's something really huge, there's more going on that that person needs to work through. It's, something more on a karmic level, uh, like major trauma. So I did a reading. I used my Mythic Tarot for for one of the readings. And I still felt like I needed additional guidance. And so I turned to my Oracle deck, which is the Ascended Masters deck. This is really, really a nice deck. I use it all the time. And it comes with, I don't know how many cards, but it comes with a bunch of cards and one of these little handy dandy, it's like, it gives very short explanations on what's the card mean, what are some different meanings, for it, like different variations, and then just a little synopsis on who the Ascended Master is. And so I pulled cards, and you'll see how dead on this deck is. This is just, I'm sure it's different for everyone, but this one's really worked for me. I pulled See the Other Person's Point of View. I'll do it in order. I did it. Let It Go. Health and Healing. And Peace Offering. And there was a fifth card, but the fifth card I felt would reveal just a little too much. So, and that was dead on too. So, I would recommend this deck to anyone. I use it in my etheric reconstruction before doing anything, because it's so nice, and it's like it's such a quick, easy thing of like, what's the problem, it's like it just says it like it is, and it also says people that you call upon. So this has always been a very nice deck for me. Anyway, beyond my own personal issues, the just for today, do not anger is the first guiding principle, and it's not something that really any of us can do every day without, ever having anger for the rest of our lives. So why do it? So it is to help us deepen our understanding of what's going on with the people that are coming before us. It's to help us as individuals so that we know what's going on with our own body. And like, I was meditating on this during my own personal crisis, and it really, so many things came up. One of which I think is really important. You don't meditate on this one time and then you understand everything about anger and how it can present in the body. Because depending on the situation, it can present, in the throat, it can present the third eye, it can present in your solar plexus, it can present in your root chakra, it can present anywhere. No matter what, it is going to pull you down. And it is something that means that you are triggered by something and that you need to deal with it. And so that is very important to know. It's sort of like an alarm bell to say, hey, this is what triggered me. You need to go through your own work, processes. But that's a good thing to know. And it's a good thing for you to meditate on as well, the person receiving the Reiki. What's making me so angry? And how is it affecting me? And how is it affecting others around me? And, what will happen if I hold on to this anger? And I think when you start contemplating all of these different questions, you start to realize how interconnected you are, how destructive anger can be. And I know this sounds all very obvious, but you can have your aha moments during your time of crisis where you're trying to figure out what you need to do. Like, oh, I need to meet this from a place from my heart. Like, I need to reframe this situation. And if I look at this, like, say it's a penny and it's, like, oh, I'm looking at it as bad and I flip it over and it's good, like there are two sides. Well, if you can see the other side, if you can try and look at it from another way, how has this helped me? What is making me feel this way? How can I shift how I address these issues? So like, instead of being reactive and, shouting back and, throwing, kicking, tantrum, throw dishes, whatever, whatever it is that, people do when they're angry, that you can say, you can get from the outside, from an objective point of view, as if you're not the person that it's happening to, and try and look at it from a more disconnected point of view, then you're able to then act from a place from the heart a little more easily. Those are just some of my thoughts on the first spiritual guiding principle, on just for today, do not anger. But I think the most important takeaway is meditate on it, and meditate more than once. Don't just assume that, it's just an easy. Meditate on, why is it just for today? Why is that phrase there? Why is it important not to be angry? Why is it, come from different angles each time you meditate on it. Think of different things. And if you have the time and you have the mental stability at the time that you're doing this to be able to do this for an extended period of time, allow yourself to go down the rabbit holes and see, play out what would happen if, what could I do if I do this, what would be better, and what chakras are being affected, and why do I feel so out of control? Where did this come from? Have I ever felt this way before? Have there been similar situations? Just try and sort of work it back and then try and understand it, and then try and work through it. So, just for today, do not anger. Namaste.